Oh. Now go.
No!
Give a 3 second buffer.
Oh!
Before you cut out.
Alright. Welcome back to what is and will forever be the Sadistic Pixel Podcast. This is episode 8 of our famous roundtable, aka the cheap roundtable.
Yep.
Joining me to my right, as always. Well, not always, because he wasn't here last week, Mr. John Henry Allen.
But I'm back now.
Next to him, Zack Dickerson.
It's got rounded sides.
It does. And of course, the man that makes things happen, the unofficial 6th Baldwin brother, Trevor Baldwin.
Now, did we pay for a round table or did we get gypped to get a defective model?
Well, I actually bought it off the street, so I don't know how much I paid for it.
Okay.
But
One
Master
man's
Chief,
round is another man's square.
but Master Chief protects it for all of us.
Rectangle.
That works for me.
Is this,
Don't worry about
this isn't really a round table, is it?
It is. Well, it's just defective.
We should all just come up with like King Arthur names, and that's what he should pop up on the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I can have it like right here. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can be Galahad
Okay. We'll talk about that after the
and
show.
be the star of the Order 1886.
So,
So, if you don't know anything about our show, us four, we just kind of sit around, talk about nerdy topics. We're kind of moving away towards that so we can do overall topics. We have a topic today that's kind of like that. We are part of a group called Sadistic Pixel. We have our YouTube page at youtube.com/sadisticpixel where we make videos, topics, discussions, etc., etc., etc. And then we have a website called sadisticpixel.com where we have articles and things that we talk about, opinion pieces, whatever.
Which is a mess right now. And
But
I've
you know
got
what?
to fix it.
It's the best mess in the world, and we couldn't even have that if it wasn't for you. So we're gonna start off today with my topic. You wanna know what my topic is, Trevor?
No, I do not, Justin.
Okay, well then we'll go with your topic. My topic is gonna be the most opinionated one I think that separates all of us. Maybe. We might all have the same opinion on it. It is Nintendo, the future of Nintendo, and what do you think the Nintendo NX is? And I don't know, where do you think Nintendo's gonna be 10 years down the road? Are they gonna be how they are now? Are they gonna be... They can't even get through with them.
You're gonna have 10 new consoles inside.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. What do you think Nintendo should... I don't know, just overall discussion on Nintendo. The NX, what do you think Nintendo should do? I don't know. Nintendo.
I'll start off if you don't mind.
I do mind.
Okay. I'll just see
But
myself
you know
out.
what?
Thank
I want to
you.
hear your opinion.
All right, thank you. So the NX, I'll start with that. I don't really know much about it. I don't guess anybody does, do they?
Other than Nintendo don't do anything
Yeah,
about it.
other
Keeping
than
it close to
that
the
it's
chest.
being like developed. I mean, I don't think the Wii U was as big of a flop as they thought it was. Now, maybe in sales, yes. I love the Wii U
Yeah,
personally.
I do too. It's a good console.
I think that with the NX, whatever it ends up being, I don't should definitely. I mean, obviously be better. You know, you want more sales and maybe cater to more the gamer side, but I think that the Wii U is still a great system. You know, and I don't want to see the Wii U die because of the NX, which it seems like it's going to because
They have to cut their losses.
you know I understand that, but. I personally, I did like the Wii U. I think it's a great system. I would still love to have one. You know, even if it was just for a couple games like Smash Bros. And the Zelda Wind Waker remake. You know, I thought that was great. You know, the graphics were beautiful for that. But I don't really know how to feel about the NX. I guess until I know more about it.
I think the problem with the Wii U is just the way they marketed it. You know, like
I agree.
It shouldn't have been. Why Wii U? Why couldn't it just be, you know, Wii 2? It didn't have to. I get what they were trying to go for with the tablet controller,
Yeah,
but it feels more like a generic toy that
I agree.
that like Mattel would make.
And you know, like the name, like you said, that's also a good point. You know, our buddy that works at a rental store, you know, is always saying how there's still people who think the Wii U is some kind of Wii add-on. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't even know about it. So like that was definitely probably not the smartest idea, but I still like the Wii U.
I don't hate it. I think it's a good console, and you know, it's just, you know, the reason the Wii worked so well is because it was so cheap and it was aimed towards the family,
Yeah,
and it worked. And then they tried to go that same route with the Wii U. It was gonna be like, it's gonna be the same generation as the Xbox One and the PS4, but it's gonna be power wise a generation behind, and it just didn't work. Nintendo's third party support is so bad. I mean,
know.
it is god awful, and it's the controller, and like They haven't. There hasn't been like a real 3D Mario game on it at all. Like there hasn't. They should have done it with Super Mario Galaxy 3. That should have been like one of the first games they did. And then we all want the new Zelda game. I think it looks brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think they pushed it back, and I don't know if Zach agrees with me. But do you think they're going to push it back and make it a NX launch title, or you think it's still going to come out on the Wii U?
I think they'll probably do an NX launch title for it.
Kind of like they did with Twilight Princess, where they did both.
I think it because it was marketed. Well, was it ever actually called Zelda Wii U at first, or was it?
I think it's just Zelda.
Okay, so if they've never actually said it was on Wii U, I guess it doesn't have to be. But I think that would be a good idea, like they did with Twilight Princess and the Wii and the GameCube. You know, where you can still play it without the new console.
And you could decide whether to play with left-handed Link or right-handed Link.
Exactly. Yeah, I forgot about that. The GameCube version was mirrored.
Everything
Wasn't
was mirrored.
it? Was the GameCube the right-handed Link?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was the mirrored one because he's always been left-handed. Okay, so
Left-handed Link is right.
yeah, Link has always been left-handed, right?
There are a lot of lefts and rights going on right now, and I'm just all confused. So I just want to hear Zach's opinion on the matter.
Okay, Zach.
I feel like it probably would be a launch title for the NX, whatever that's going to be.
Yeah.
I think what they might try to do with the NX, just with the console, I want to say they may try to make it as powerful as the current generation consoles are now, since the Wii U is, like you said, technically this generation's console version, but the power is
Yeah, the power is not. The games they're so colorful, though they look really good.
So I have a feeling that with the NX they may try and fix that in a way and make it more powerful, which would open up to a lot more, open games and everything with Nintendo. Like with the new Zelda, it'd be perfect for that with the whole open world concept.
Make it as big as like Skyrim or something like that.
Oh yeah, imagine going to all the different places in Hyrule and whatnot.
That'd be crazy.
But I feel like the new Zelda game probably be an NX title, but it'd be good if they did like what they did with Twilight Princess, put on all the consoles, just so for people who don't get the NX can also still enjoy it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to do that.
I do too, because I think that the NX is going to take some convincing for people to buy. Because not everybody has liked the Wii U, and not even a lot of people know what it is. So, when they see that Nintendo is coming out with a new console, and some people found out they already did come out with a new console after the Wii, you're like, well, why do I need this?
Yeah.
Is it something
It's what Nintendo's. They're not good at marketing.
It's kind of like with the new 3DS.
Exactly.
Does the Wii U have HDMI support? I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah,
it
the
does.
Wii, yeah.
I forgot if it did or not. That's
What do you think the NX is? Like, I mean,
it's got to be more it's got to be more powerful than the Wii U.
Well, no, go ahead, John.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's got to have. I don't think it needs to have. If it has another gamepad, it needs to be better designed and not necessary. And I think they need to make new controls.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, make a new
like
controller.
A GameCube.
Yeah.
GameCube controller was. I mean,
I think it's the best Nintendo controller they've ever done.
It was the best one they've ever
But
done.
I mean, make a new controller, not make the gamepad necessary, but have it as like a secondary something, because it's gonna be hard to fight. Like if you have to use the gamepad controller for Zelda, like other than like maybe using it for inventory stuff, it's gonna be hard just to like have this big pad in your hand.
Yeah. Well, you can still Wii U. They released that Pro controller, and it's a really good controller. It just, I think the NX, and I don't know if you guys agree with this would be the smart way to do it, is to combine handheld and console and make the NX. I don't know, like a little console that's like this big. You plug it into your TV.
Like a set-top box?
Yeah, like a set-top box, exactly.
Like the Uyo was supposed to be?
Yes, exactly.
Ouya.
I wanted to say that, but I was like, I don't know if I can pronounce that right. I don't even want to attempt to do it. So.
Yeah.
And it comes with a little controller, like a GameCube controller, and then you have something like the 3DS where it can go far away. Like you don't have to be within 30 feet of it. You're like, oh, I want to continue playing Zelda, but I can't, so I'm gonna take it, put it in my pocket, go to school, and continue playing my Zelda game.
Yeah.
That's what they should do.
I think something like that would be cool.
I think so. That's what they should do. Will they do it? I don't know. I mean, the 3DS still, they got that handheld market like held down.
Well,
So
yeah,
with-
handhelds Nintendo,
Yeah.
and then consoles Xbox or PlayStation.
So with
you're right.
the idea that it could be a set-top box, do you think that it's gonna lead more towards like cloud gaming?
A Nintendo, is that Nintendo cloud gaming is gonna come with Sony and Xbox way faster than it will
I think
Nintendo.
so too.
Like Nintendo will be the last one to tap the cloud gaming.
Right, and Sony has stepped into that market first. Obviously,
And they're not doing a good job with it.
No, but I think that they're set up for when it
setting up.
comes. You know, it's just like they've created a market that will be there one day.
I don't know about you guys. I don't look forward to that day though.
I don't necessarily either. Just because, you know, especially even in our area, which this could lead to a topic later. I have problems with my internet. You know, at least once a day. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that could be an issue. But I don't know. That was a little bit off topic. But,
No, it's not. It's the whole point of the show. We go off topic. We go on tangents. We go on rants.
As for
A bunch of amateurs.
right.
Bunch of
And as for the future of Nintendo, in my opinion, I see it looks almost the same to me. You know, until I know more about what the NX is going to be, you know, my prediction is that it's not going to change. Nintendo is still going to have bad third-party support. You know, they're probably going to still be in the same boat they are now. In my opinion, I don't dislike Nintendo. I want to see them.
I don't know if there's anybody who dislikes Nintendo.
No, I don't think there is either. I want more.
It's
You know,
Nintendo.
I want more than anybody to see them prosper because I love Nintendo because you know they were essentially my childhood. You know, my
Everybody.
Nintendo 64 was my first console. I know, but
Granny.
it's just, yeah, Granny.
Old Granny.
Shout out to Granny. And you know, so but unless they do something to change, which it doesn't look like they are, you know,
We don't. You can never get.
you can never tell because the Wii was the same was the same deal with the Wii U. I think the Wii was a generation behind, and so is the Wii U. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, the Wii some of the most beautiful games I've ever seen are on the Wii U. You know, and they're very good.
So there's a reason Nintendo games age better than
Exactly.
other games.
You know so that's something that they've got, I think. But in terms of they do need to change some things, and they're going to be in the same boat, I think.
Well, I mean, and then there's, you know, we're on the discussion of Nintendo. I can't believe there's one thing we haven't gotten into. That was the big news that came out. What was it, last month now? That they're going to start making mobile games.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that is, I think that's a smart move because then we're hopefully going to finally start having some quality mobile games
Yeah.
that are good. Like I could see them doing something, taking an IP like Ice Climbers and making that a huge success on a phone.
I hope they approach that the right way
They will.
because that is one of the hardest markets to break out into. I mean, I read recently that 60% of the apps on the App Store have not been downloaded once.
Oh.
And that's crazy. I mean, that's insane. You know, it's a very hard market to break into. But
It's
for
Nintendo.
someone like Nintendo, they'll be fine. I'm sure.
They'll gross a lot. So
Right.
I don't know. What do you guys think of Nintendo Mobile? We come from a generation where we like to play our games on
Yeah.
And probably our brother's generation will start leaning more toward. I mean, I'm kind of. I'm not gonna lie. I put my brother in kind of a, you know, not handheld, but like, you know, actual gaming. TV controller in hand.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily play on his tablet or anything.
See, that's one good thing about my brother is he grew up and like he's always played video games with me. Like at one point he was as big a Halo fan as me. I mean his gaming tastes are a lot different than mine. Like he stayed with Xbox and I've kind of gone PlayStation more. But like I think like there was a survey this past week that talked about it was like the percentage of like gamers and like their age groups and things, and I think like 44% of gamers. This is talking about all of this handheld, you know, console, mobile gaming. 44% are like females, and like 56 are, you know, males, and that's a lot more than I thought. So you know, I think we're headed towards a point where mobile gaming is going to be a big deal, and I know it's hard to grasp because I just want to sit down on my chair and play with a controller in my hand or a handheld. But unfortunately, I think we're headed the other way, and I think Nintendo's smart. They're gonna get in that market, and they're gonna figure out what they need, and they're gonna do it before Sony and Microsoft, and I think they're gonna grasp it really well. You can get games like Yoshi's Cookie or
Yoshi's Cookie.
It's a real game.
That's awesome.
It is a real game. I had it on the
awesome.
Game Boy. It was tough, but it was a puzzle game.
Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah, it's a real game. I'll show it to you guys after the podcast.
I think something cool that they could do with the mobile market, just so that I'm going to add this in.
Add
And
whatever you want.
I still haven't heard Zach's opinion either. But I think
Didn't we hear that?
Yeah,
today?
we did.
Trevor was
Not
in
for the
another
mobile
lane.
market.
Not for the mobile market.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
We just,
Yeah, no, I was
Trevor's
like,
just like,
oh, y'all gonna make me feel bad. You're like I wasn't listening to Zach or something.
Trevor's not listening to any of us. We should just have our own little podcast. Trevor just talks to
Just
the
like
wall.
a wall right here. But anyway, I think something really cool that they could do with the mobile market, and this won't happen, but I think that a universal app, like an emulator app. Now, Apple normally doesn't allow emulators like Google does, but I think something, branded by Nintendo that is designed for this would be cool. Where it is sort of an emulator.
console?
Yeah. And inside you have the option to purchase, older games like Pokemon Blue and Red and Yellow. And, obviously you want a reasonably priced, or else it's not going to work. But
It's just a matter of time until they put a Pokemon game.
I know, and I think that would be cool. But I would play like my old Pokemon games on my phone. When I have some free time or something. I mean, I think that would be cool. But I don't foresee that happening, especially the reasonably priced part. But because we all know here that for some reason the Nintendo games prices never drop. I could go to GameStop right now and look at a copy of like Diamond, Pearl, or Soul Silver, and they're still just as much as a new Pokemon game, almost, and they're even a used copy. It's just, I guess it's just from limited supply, or I don't know, but anyway. Zach, your opinion on the mobile, sorry. That's exactly
It is a smart move for them to get into mobile as they are now, because how everything is going towards mobile. There's more mobile gaming happening, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
that way.
but like you were saying, Trevor, I would like to see emulator and everything. So I love whenever they had the GBA emulator before Apple made it to where you couldn't even play it anymore, where it doesn't work. I loved playing like old Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Everything like Emerald, Red, Blue.
Yeah,
just
I
those
did
older
too.
ones. So I feel like with Nintendo coming out, they may start doing more virtual console stuff in the mobile market, because it seems to work with people like playing those older things on their phone.
They do. I mean, Nintendo's done such a bad job with the virtual console on the Wii U and the 3DS, though. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I feel like it would get the love it needs from the mobile market, because just people seem to like doing it in the mobile market. Then going on to the Wii or 3DS and doing it. Which there's a select group of people that like to use the virtual console as well. Like some people love the virtual console as it is now, but there's not enough
Exactly.
people to do it. So maybe Nintendo will see that and everything. Maybe it should put it on the mobile market, and I feel like it would get the recognition it needs from the mobile market with the virtual console stuff.
I mean, do you guys think that them doing this will eventually they'll kind of cannibalize themselves with especially with the handheld market? Like they start doing their games on mobile market, and they still have this handheld device, and people are gonna go towards more the mobile side. I know people like us would want the handheld, but like I don't know. Like, do you guys think they'll eventually hurt themselves going into the mobile market?
I hope not. I mean, if I think that they can avoid that happening, because to me, the mobile side, this is just my opinion, should be more pointed more towards like the younger generation, like that are playing their games like this. Like you guys mentioned, your brothers both play more in front of a console, in front of a TV, and a lot of that is probably due to because of how y'all played with.
But like the 11 and 12-year-olds out there right now
that were just born within the 2000s, and the kids that don't have bigger brothers or sisters, whatever, I think that would be geared more towards them, because other than buying,
they're gonna take over.
Do what?
They're taking over.
I know they really are. But other than buying the device to play it on, it is a cheaper route.
Yeah.
To play games on, and that's easier for parents too. But like for people like us, there's always going to be that market. I hope where we, our 3DS is there, our PlayStation Vita is there. I hope anyway. But that's just my opinion. Is that mobile will be geared more towards the younger.
I feel like we'll start getting like split exclusives to each market. Like we'll get. I don't think the handheld generation is going to die with Nintendo since they're going to mobile. But I feel like we'll start getting games that are just for mobile games that are specified for that market, and then we'll have handheld games specified for its market.
Yeah, like I was talking about that Yoshi's Cookie game. It's like a puzzle game. Where, if I remember correctly, it almost reminded me of like Tetris, where like you'll have like this Mario who kind of spin back and forth, and like he'll have like the squids or something from Mario game, and like there'll be another block falling down. And you gotta like match them and. It's a puzzle. That's the type of game I could see working on an iPhone. So.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna get any like Zelda exclusives or anything
not
on
yet.
Well,
yet.
There's not a phone that
I
can.
agree.
I mean,
Well,
we're all like we all got iPhones here, but an iPhone wouldn't be able to handle probably like battery life wise a full on like Zelda game
Not
or something.
to mention, it just wouldn't be fun to play.
Yeah, I just don't see it. There's something like Infinity Blade. I mean that might work.
That was a cool game on iOS, yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I mean that's just pretty much a hack and slash. You got to know how to duck, slash.
Well, I lost it. I don't know what I was gonna say. It was something about the mobile. Oh, that's right. Recently,
Found it.
I did find it. Recently, there was. Bless you. There was.
Are you okay?
An announcement by Level 5 that Fantasy Life 2 was coming out. And Fantasy Life 1 was a 3DS exclusive, I believe. And
I think so. That sounds right.
I think it was too. Well, now Fantasy Life 2 is going to be a mobile game. And I still don't know how I feel about that, which I haven't played Fantasy Life 1, but I really could see it being something that I enjoy.
Because you really like Level 5 games.
I do like Level 5 games, and I like that. I like those games that are like that. Like, I guess one exception was that Tomodachi Life. I did not like that game, but I liked that game kind of like like I guess The Sims would be the flagship of that genre. But
Angry Bird?
What?
Angry Bird?
No, I'm talking about like the.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just being stupid.
Okay.
Gotta live the video game life.
But I think that I would enjoy a game like that, because I like the fantasy side, obviously, and I like the managing a town and stuff like that. I like those games, but not on my phone.
Yeah.
Not on my phone.
Not on our phone. We don't want it, Nintendo. Keep doing what you're doing.
Not gonna take it.
Exactly. Which is why we're going to have John give us what his second topic is. Actually, what our second topic is. John, what is your topic?
Okay.
As I learn to speak English.
I guess this is the part where everybody learns a little bit more about us.
Yes. Explain to them where we live and kind of explain all of that.
We live basically in the South, but kind of like.
I think people think we're in the South, but we're not. Where are we?
It's kind of
Are we in the Midwest?
We're just.
Where are we, Trevor?
I can tell you where I need to be.
We're just below the Mason-Dixon line.
We are.
But, I don't know if I'm country or if I'm just northern.
Well, it's just one of the we live in the can we call it the pseudo South, I guess,
Yeah,
because it's not really we're not really the
parts.
South, but everybody wants to be from the South, I guess.
I think everybody considers us South except people below Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's how it
yeah,
goes.
pretty much.
People look, they're like, I don't know what South is.
Well, yeah, from where I'm from, people are like,
Oh, yeah.
It's not. But anyway, we're from the South, and basically a bunch of stuff. Since we're all kind of like, I guess, Northerners at heart, kind of like we believe a whole lot different than other people here.
With that, I don't hate being from the South.
I don't either.
Do you really?
I hate the South.
I hate the philosophical views of people from the South. I think people aren't open-minded enough.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay,
I'm trying not to.
That's what we're getting. Like
Yeah,
we,
go ahead, John.
there's things that happen here that we don't agree with.
Yeah. For those who don't know, we're in the heart of Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the only way you get more hick than Western Kentucky is if you go to Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
They're completely different breed of people.
It's
like,
almost scary.
Okay, Western Kentucky's a bunch of hicks. The middle of Kentucky's like
the miners.
Well, no, Middle Kentucky's like, hey, like business, like Lexington, Louisville.
Yeah, okay.
And then you go to Eastern Kentucky, it's the miners and the hillbillies, like making moonshine out in
the people who don't know what century it is.
Right, the people from Deliverance.
You don't go to Eastern Kentucky. That's just like. Yeah. But anyway, to my topic, what do you hate most about the South? And I think we should save Trevor for last because he's just gonna
he's gonna rant.
He's gonna like.
Y'all go ahead. Go ahead.
Since I already kind of gave away mine, I'll go first. Mine, like I said, I don't hate the South. Like I think I like the slow pace of the South, like where people don't over like I've been up north. They're everything's faster. They're more wound up, I guess. People down in the South are more relaxed, I guess you could say. But at the same time, if we're going about what I don't like about the South, it's the philosophical views and the way people think that their way is the right way because
or the highway.
Because that's the way they were raised. And even with like, and I'm not trying to tell people how to live their life. People can live however they want to live. But when people try to tell me how to live and they have less morality than I do, that's the type of stuff eats at me, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it's things like that. And I guess like the nerd culture, there is a nerd culture here. I think it's especially with the younger generation. I mean, we're all pretty nerdy. We all found each other at work. And I mean, you three have been like brothers forever, but like I found you guys and like we talk about some really nerdy things. And but I think that like I can't go to work or just anywhere and just talk about Star Wars the way I feel about it. It eats at me. I'm like, oh my god, I want to talk about Star Wars, and then I hear somebody talk about duck hunting, and I'm just
Star Wars. What is that?
Yeah, I know it kills me.
It's just like a whole it's just people as a whole down here which a lot of people we went to school with are so close-minded. They're gonna be just like their parents. We're gonna
close-mindedness.
Yeah, it's like they want to start progression. Like I don't get that.
Well, and we can't like the president because he's a different color.
Yep.
And just because he's a different color, that means he's Muslim.
The devil.
The devil. Yeah. He's going out to destroy America.
And we're not. I'm afraid people watching us think we're over-exaggerating, but people really do think that way.
This is real. I mean,
you come on down here for a vacation and see how real it is.
Well, please don't come down here to Western Kentucky on vacation.
That'd be the worst vacation you've ever done.
You'd be leaving within the hour you came.
So they drive through and be like, was that Western Kentucky?
I don't even know what happened.
But, well, I mean, for example, those silly Facebook statuses that we see from people that, Obama's going to wait until his last month and he's going to shut down the government where he can stay president forever.
And then you're like, they don't realize that they have to have a Senate or a Congress. And just like...
They don't realize that martial law can't be declared like that. And they're like, we read it on the internet, so it's true.
Oh my gosh.
And Obama's going to destroy America.
I feel like this should have been our first topic because we're going to go a while on this.
Clickbait.
Obama's going to destroy America with this.
I've got a lot.
Explode here.
I've got a lot to say.
We haven't even gotten to Zack yet.
It's
something.
People down here just so close-minded, and like if you don't believe what they believe, they
might as well get the hell out.
Yeah, they'd burn you at the stake if they could. And most of the time.
There's the whole like being nice to your face and
that is so bad down here too.
And like talking, we get this at work a lot. Yeah. Just like people will be nice to your face, and then just when you're away, just be like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
It's like, how you doing, Justin? Like, God, that prick.
Zack says that about me every time he walks away.
He does.
Oh, that prick.
He does.
It's like, you don't talk to me, you know what?
Objection.
All right, Zack, what do you hate?
Uh-oh.
I mean,
got a regular Vesuvius over here.
There is a clear line between like the types of people down here, or up here, depending on where you're from. But
Where are we from?
Like for the people who are truly down south, they're saying, yeah, up here it's different, but
it's way different down in Mississippi. So,
but
scary different.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been down south and I've been up north. Like I've been down in Alabama and everything.
Alabama's just about as bad.
It's just the people we see now, that's south and everything. I haven't been to Mississippi or like that type of.
Well, the thing is, we were in like tourist Alabama too. We weren't in. I've accidentally went into the backwoods of Mississippi where there's like it's not even paved road anymore. It's like a gravel road and there's like houses that have stuff. It's like falling apart, but people are still sitting on the front porch.
Rocking in their overalls.
Yeah,
there's like an old blood.
Everybody wears overalls down there. And they're like,
and there's a bloodhound sitting on the front porch.
And there's like shotguns.
There's like wrecked cars that are all rusted over in their front yard, and they're like, "Don't come on my land."
Yeah.
Do it. I've been ready to shoot.
I ain't never been afraid to shoot nobody.
And like going down there, I've seen what South is for the most part, just more southern than up here. But I've also been up north.
Yeah, you're originally from Jersey, right?
I'm not originally from Jersey. My mom is.
Okay.
Like her side of the family, they are originally from Jersey. My dad's from around here. But, and I've went up to Jersey / New York and everything. It's completely different up there. Like,
they're different. And I'm not trying to say they're better because they have their own problems too. We're talking about the South bit. I'm sorry, Zack, go ahead.
But it's crazy. Like when you come here and everything, there you can see where some people are trying to be more northern, but it's more southern than anything. There's a big line of people.
They're confused
And whatnot. And like if you how everyone said, if you don't believe what a lot of people believe down here, it's like, hey, you might as well just leave because you're not going to get a word in edgewise with stuff. It's especially religion. Religion is a big hot button down here.
Yeah, like I'm trying to avoid religion because I could talk about that all day.
We all could.
But I don't want to get onto that topic because
Just one thing. I hate how down here religion goes with politics every single time. And it shouldn't. Religion and politics should be
separation of church and state, right there.
It's just I hate that so much because if somebody is preaching the gospel, they're gonna bring up politics at some point, and that's not how it goes.
I know.
And it just irritates the fire out of me.
And which we're not going to get much into religion, but it's a big hot button around here.
Yeah.
And then politics, hand in hand. What would you say Kentucky is, a Democratic or Republican?
It's Democratic.
It's Democratic, but it's conservative Democratic, so they vote Republican. That's what happens.
I'm telling you,
we got a mixed bag of everything.
The South is the most confused bunch of people you ever run into.
They are very confused.
And now that we're starting to get into like more advanced technology and everything like that, I mean, you'll see some people that are kind of.
I think it will get better over time as our generation gets older.
I imagine it will, but it's going to be kind of slow.
Oh yeah.
Than a lot of slower than places up north for sure.
Like same-sex marriage down here, it'll be one of the last.
Legalization of marijuana will be.
And that's so funny because it's Kentucky's biggest export.
I know.
And if they legalized it, it would make so much money. It's just
the old we ain't gonna let you do it because
it's bad.
But
that's it.
That's good. I love your impression.
It goes with like kind of what I'm trying to get at too. Is that there's a lot of closed-mindedness down here. Nobody's open to anything.
Yeah, you're right.
If my grandmother did it, then sure as hell I'll do it too. And you gotta be your own person when you come down here. I mean, like my grandmother and everything has done her thing. She's done a lot of stuff in how she believes things. And of course, coming from Jersey and everything, it's completely different when you come down here. And my mom is way in the same boat and everything like that, in which a little personal information, like how my religion, how I view religion and whatnot is, I don't go to church very often.
No.
But I don't need to go to church to know that what I believe in. I mean, I don't need a pastor or somebody telling me it's like, this is what's going to happen if you don't do this. Like, no. I mean, how I would view God is not the type of God a lot of church try to sell and everything.
I've got more morality than most people in my church.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like, a lot of the reasons...
hypocrites.
I'm sorry, my church. I don't even have a church.
A lot of the reasons why I stopped going to church is because of stuff like that. Like I've seen people who try to be all goody, but then when they leave church, they're a completely different person. Like, practice what you preach.
I know we've already said like 40 times we're not going to get into religion, but I'm going to give my opinion on it too. The thing that gets me is the majority is Christians down here.
Yeah.
The problem is that gets me are there these 4 or 5 different denominations, and they're all Christian, but they all are against each other. And if you're not
different parties of Christian,
it's just like subsidiaries of Christianity, and like if you're not part of that subsidiary, you're going to hell. And I'm just like, oh my gosh,
I could do one thing right and one up, and the other one's completely wrong.
Well, if they just put that much effort into something that like
mattered,
yes, and like they would make rational decisions, but I don't know. It's
I mean, there's people like I see people outside of church all the time, and they're like, praising Jesus in church, and they're raising hell outside of it. That I mean, I raise hell in and out of church. And
I think and this is because I've been rewatching True Detective. And Russ Cole, played by Matthew McConaughey on that show, he says it perfectly. He's talking to Woody Harrelson. He's like, if the only thing keeping a person decent is the thought of divine intervention, then that person is just a piece of crap. If that's the only thing keeping a person, good, everyone should have their own moral code. It doesn't matter. Everyone should live the way they want to live. They should do it in the right sense and with integrity. But you don't have to have religion to have that. So.
Yeah, it's like, help your fellow man, but not because religion tells you to.
And I'm not saying be closed-minded against religion either. People should just be open-minded to everyone else's beliefs. Like, everyone has different beliefs.
I could care less if you're gay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't care your sexual orientation. That doesn't matter to me. You have to see people as people. They're not items. They're people. Every single person matters.
Yes. You're right. Trevor, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with
let this volcano erupt.
I'm going to start off with a little bit more lighthearted one of why I hate living in the South. And I mentioned this before. And right now we're in spring, going on summer. The South is known for its the farming season. It's a big business down here. That's great. Not my thing, but big business.
We get a lot of our money from crops.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, get your tractor off my road. There is nothing that will make me. I'm not a rage driver. I do not have road rage, but I will start cussing at somebody on a tractor.
You're like crush a can on your forehead.
Yes, that will make me so mad.
Preferably a beer can.
Yeah. Get your tractor off my road. If you have more than one car behind you, pull off to the side, or else I'm screaming usually.
That's those damn combines.
Yeah, and it's those ones that you can't get across. And I'm not like that normally, but gosh, that is one thing that will irk me.
There are some good tractor drivers that will pull over.
Yeah, they'll pull over every car
and whatnot. Yeah, and they'll pull over.
Exactly. I don't.
Just all depends on where you're at.
In the person, yeah. So my biggest thing about the South is obviously you guys have mentioned a lot of it. I don't like closed-mindedness. A lot of people don't view other people as people around here, and I don't like that. If you don't believe what I believe, then you're wrong and you're stupid. There's a lot of hypocrite, a lot of hypocrites.
You had a dealing with that, not dealing with that.
I did.
That made me mad.
I can't stand people like that. It's very annoying. Like I said to Zack, I don't care what your race is, what your sexual orientation is. If you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to you. If you're not nice to me, I'm probably still gonna be nice to you. But kill them with kindness is just taught me.
Kill them with kindness.
The South is the most confused group of people that I've ever met. Here in Mayfield, Kentucky alone, if you go to Walmart, you can see two things, and then anything in between. You can see the most country-looking guy you've ever seen walking in full camo, and then 2 seconds later, you'll see this thugnificent thug walking up.
Thugnificent thug. Probably my favorite word I've ever heard of all time.
And he's walking up all straight out of Compton.
Oh my God, Trevor, you're on a roll right now, buddy. I love it.
And that's so annoying. I want everyone to be themselves, but is the most confused group of people you can ever, you'll ever stumble upon.
High school. You remember people would come, come to school one year and be like country bumpkin, and then the next year come to school and be like,
someone personally,
hat turned sideways, and like, what's up, dog?
It's just be yourself, and it's. Another thing is, I'm also a big technology guy. My God, we're 20 years behind here. I don't know why. I guarantee I ordered an Apple Watch. I bet I will not see a single person with an Apple Watch other than myself. Maybe.
Look in the mirror. That's the only person you'd see.
And I'm not. That's fine. But I'm not saying everyone should buy one. I'm just saying. I'm just using that as an example. That
Apple Watch.
I feel like we are just behind everybody else. It just goes back to the open and closed mindedness. Like a lot of people don't see the. See it the same way I do. Like I have an example of someone in my family. I'm not going to mention who they are.
We all have those family members.
And this guy, he's like I said, big. He's not even religious, but like he has his on and off moment. That's another thing.
There's a switch. Like, turn on.
And he once said that read a quote out of the Bible saying that the devil will stare you in your face or something like that, and he believes that the internet is the devil, and your computer screen is what is going to end the world. I'm just, no, fuck you. You're wrong. I mean, sorry for my language, but
no, it's okay. This is given. I like this topic. This is a good topic because this is giving people out there. We're all opinionated on this, and I'm enjoying this.
Can I just give a little backstory of why I thought of this topic?
No, yeah, go ahead.
I was driving here, and I didn't have a topic yet. I had my window rolled down, just, lean back, whatever. A bug flies into my window and hits me square in the face. I'm like, for real right now?
I've got stung by a bee like that before.
Zack got hit with a bee yesterday that flew in my window and hit him.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I hate so much about the South.
He just does the Zack like.
Well, it's like
you have a brand new clean vehicle and then you drive by one field and like bugs are like.
Clean vehicle? Don't get me wrong. I don't regret where I was born. I wouldn't know you guys. I wouldn't know you guys. I love my dad and some of my family, and it's like I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to be anybody else's son. I wouldn't want to be anybody else's.
It's those things that make you the person you are.
Right, but I still think that with my state of mind that. I don't like the area that I live in.
Yep.
I would love to live somewhere else one day, and hopefully I can do that. Even if it means just one day, packing up with $1,000 and living on a street for,
Yeah, I do wanna talk about one little positive in our area, and like I'm not saying it's perfect, but I feel like an area that's more, I feel like, ahead of its time, and I think it's just because of the amount of college students there. I feel like Murray is a pretty good area to be in because I feel like people there aren't as bad as other people. Like I'm from Marshall County, which is a nearby county.
I have a story about Marshall County.
And I'm not trying to, like, I'm being serious. The population percentage there, I think it's like 99.2% like white, Caucasian.
Kind of.
They're very racist. I mean,
Marshall County is exactly what you would assume the South to be like.
We have this festival called Tater Day, and it's this thing where like rednecks like to get around with each other and literally fly Confederate flags out the back of their truck and just drive really fast, polluting the atmosphere
with their stupid diesel trucks that everybody drives.
Yeah.
We gotta have big trucks to show that we're big men, and then they get out and they're like this big, and they have like a dip sticking out of their lip. We have a single stack out the back of our truck.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is like my favorite topic of all time.
Let's give one positive about the South. Most people are pretty kind here.
Yeah,
they will take, if they see you're struggling, most of the time they'll give you the shirt off their back as long as you're white.
As long as you're white.
I mean, it's true.
Oh man. Oh.
I got a big truck, which means I have a big dick.
I guess,
I wasn't gonna go there.
One positive thing about the South is that it is a beautiful place. I mean,
it is.
The area around is beautiful.
There's
the
a lot
people
of
are
peaceful
not,
areas.
but some of the people are not. I take that back. I mean, like I say, I don't like I said, I don't hate where I live, but I just
You hate the people.
I hate the people that live, you know. It's I don't know. I get mad over some of the stupidest things too. I guess it's just because I have
me too.
a stereotypical view of the South. It's like when I see people on Facebook that are so illiterate, I'm just like, it's because you're from the South. I blame things on it. I don't know why, but like I say, I don't hate where I'm from. I love the people that I know, and you know. But one day I would like to live somewhere other than the South.
I think with me, a lot of it was growing up, and I don't know if you guys can attest to this. Like, I grew up, I have a very religious family. I mean, and I love them. I mean,
you do, or you do?
No, I do. Like,
okay,
my grandparents are extremely religious, and I love them to death. I mean,
yeah.
But like, as you get older, you know, you go down this line and you think things are one way, and then you start getting older and you start seeing how things are really in the real world, and then you're just like, are these people? Are they? I don't know. It's just, like it. That's what gets me, and that's why I try to be different, more open-minded. Is because you see how closed-minded people you love can be, and then you're just like
you don't want to be.
You don't want to be like that. I mean, my parents are divorced. And my father and I are nothing alike, and I grew up knowing I didn't want to be anything like him, you know. And luckily I am a 100% mama's boy by far. My mom and I are almost the exact person. My mom is a very intelligent person, and someone, you know, my mom's like she's not 50 yet, but she's pretty open-minded, and that's helped me grow up to having that female perspective. And I just think if people had a little more perspective on things, like be more open-minded, that doesn't mean you have to view things the way they view things, but just, you know, try and walk in their shoes just for a little bit.
That's the thing that I love about my parents is they're both open-minded, and I mean they're both from the South too, but they're both very open. Like, my mom is open-minded about everything. My dad's pretty open-minded about everything, and he that's who, like, if I have a question, that's who I'm gonna ask. I mean, it's not, I don't know, it's just one of those things where I think they kind of know how the world is today. So I mean, even though it's a whole lot different than when they were growing up, they can still kind of they can see my perspective of things and still help me out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like my dad too. You know, he
Your dad's awesome.
Wants me to be my own person.
Yep.
And you know, he's not extremely religious either, but he likes to go to church because he likes to take the morals that are taught and apply them into his life. You know, he said it before. You know, we don't know what's going to happen when we die. You know, but he enjoys going to church because he likes the morals that are taught. You know, he tries to put those into his everyday life. You know, but and my dad is also someone that does what he wants. You know, it doesn't matter what other people say. You know, he wants to do things his way, and he's not necessarily stubborn. I mean, he is, but you know, a lot of people respect him for that too, because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't act like everyone else. You know, he's his own person. That's how he's raised me.
He's independent. That's a good thing. I think
he doesn't back down from what he believes.
Right.
It's his life.
Yeah.
And it's now or never.
Everyone, it's integrity.
Yeah.
Now I know.
I just want to live forever. Right?
Yeah.
But
okay.
No, I mean, I've really enjoyed this topic.
I mean, maybe some other time we can have just a discussion, because I don't know how much time we have left.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. We could, if you guys wanted to, we could just finish this podcast talking about this and just combine the topics. It's whatever you guys want to do.
I'm sorry for going off on
that.
No,
we all did.
That was like.
But yeah, we should move on.
How much time do we have?
23 minutes
left. Well, I think it was like Nintendo in the South.
One Spectrum, the other Spectrum. I don't even remember. You were the second, so that means Zack. Does that mean you're third? Does that mean you're next?
I didn't know. I thought we were going to end on mine.
Okay, so that means, Trevor, what is your topic?
Okay, so we'll just cover this one pretty quick. It's nothing. I do want to say what I'm going to be doing from now on, though, before I start my topic. So, for those of you who are familiar with Reddit, for our viewers, you guys,
I barely know, but I'm being serious. But go ahead.
Reddit is basically just a site full of links, and they have different sub communities called subreddits where you can go to and chat with a community of something just happened. I don't know what. Okay. You can chat with a community of people that share the same interest with you. And there's also there's
subreddit for everything.
Yeah, there's a subreddit for everything, and this one I've stumbled upon recently is called r/True Gaming, and Justin, anytime I say r/, that means
it's a subreddit.
Okay, yeah, it's like reddit.com/r/True Gaming is what that's the subreddit. So it's they're a very serious discussion community on topics in games, and I'm going from now on, or at least most of the time, take a topic, the top rated question of each week in their subreddit and use that as my topic. So with that being said, my topic this week, courtesy of True Gaming, is what can make you give up on a game within the first 5 minutes of playing it.
The minute I booted up and the words Call of Duty popped up.
That's one for me too.
Since mine's gonna be pretty quick, and it's gonna be pretty down too. There's nothing that can make me stop a game. It would take a couple of hours for me to stop playing.
Yes, that's me too.
I cannot just. If I play a game and something happens that I don't like, it's like, well, maybe I'll pick back up.
Right.
So nothing can, not even in the first hour. I like to give games. I gave WWE 2K15 3 hours before I was like, fuck this game, I'm done with it.
But see, I'm the same way. I don't like to just dismiss anything aside, but I can tell you one thing that will stop me from playing a game almost immediately. And that is a horribly designed, very cluttered UI. I believe
everything's right there.
Yeah, and I'm
I'm surprised you even turn on the PlayStation 4 every day.
I know, right? I will
He wants to
continue.
push it every day.
I will continue a game because out of my, if I spent money on it, obviously I'm going to try it. But that is one thing that will disappoint me immediately is a horribly designed UI.
Does it disappoint you or just make you want to quit?
Well, it'll make me want to quit, but I'm like you. I don't just want to, that's 5 minutes. I don't want to just give up, User experience is very important to me, and a very cluttered and, UI can just immediately take away from that. And the games that are bad about that are MMOs. There's so much going on. Yeah, there's so much going on the screen at once. Most of the time, like I say, it's RPGs, MMOs that have a bad UI. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head that I didn't like. I guess I hated the way I haven't played it for very long. I only played the beta, and it was Final Fantasy XIV's menus, and their system was like I didn't like that. Obviously I didn't play it for very long afterwards, but I not doubting that's a good game either, but that is something that will turn me off of a game is a horribly designed UI. I don't want that because that's a big deal for me. I don't want to spend 15 minutes in the menu, trying to figure out where everything is.
Trevor's just trying to turn it to invert, and he's like, I can't figure it out.
How do I work?
That's a big thing for me. So
I guess if it's gonna be like that, I'll just say bad controller layout.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
Now with the new PS4 update,
finally, I know every game should have always had that for eternity. I don't know why you could not. Every single game should have.
Trevor's phrases today have been on point.
There should be an option in every single game.
Thugalicious thug.
Thugnificent. Yeah. I didn't make that up, but
I wish you did.
But anyway, go ahead.
The thing that would turn me off from a game, not necessarily make me stop playing it, but would make it difficult is bad voice acting.
Yeah.
How do you play Japanese games?
Well, I don't know what's going
on. The ported ones. It's hard.
Ported games that are originally Japanese and then get translated. There are diamonds in the rough with voice acting. I mean,
Final Fantasy Type 0.
Yeah.
I mean, you got some that are good, but then some are just, oh, did you even try?
Yeah.
Which a lot of times, they'll give you that option, just play with the original Japanese dub.
Yeah.
And then play with English subtitles, which,
a lot of times you've done, I've noticed.
I think that's the best way you can do it.
Which, I mean, it's not for everybody, because, some people
I don't like that reading.
don't like to read what's going on and everything.
Gotta buy it.
We just like to listen, but half the time that's what you gotta do.
With some games, it doesn't bother me. Like, I mean, obviously, like there might be some characters voices that I don't think fit, like Prompto from Final Fantasy 15. I'm not a huge fan of his voice, but like everybody else's, I actually really like. Even if it's against popular opinion.
Really?
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought you didn't like Noctis's voice.
No, I like Noctis's.
Oh, okay.
Christian Bale's Batman.
Yeah, basically. Is it Ignis that's the British guy?
Yeah.
See, he's my favorite voice in that game.
Gladiolus. My problem was the only difference is I couldn't figure out between the difference between Gladiolus and Noctis at first. And then I was like, you had to listen to their dialogue.
Yeah.
And I really can't. I'm surprised none of you brought it up. One of the things that gets me, and I was really surprised I kept pushing with the last Wolfenstein game that came out, tutorial levels. Tutorial levels are the worst.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever be worse than the tutorial from Assassin's Creed 3. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever in history will there be a worse tutorial than that, because it went on for 8 hours.
Jeez.
Well, yeah, that's something that can really turn you away from a game too, because
Did it go on for 8 hours, or did it just feel like 8 hours?
It probably felt like it, but I don't know. It may have been.
I mean, Hatham was a better protagonist than Connor, but man, I
like to forget about Assassin's Creed 3.
And Type 0 was a game, and I can't, you guys probably remember better than me. The opening of that was kind of rough around the edges. Like, I was just like, oh my god, the voice acting, I was just like, oh my god.
For which one? For what?
Type 0.
Oh, I've played the opening
oh my god.
On the PSP.
Oh, it just...
Yeah, it was a little rough.
Oh, no, just the voice acting, and I was just like, I'm not gonna be able to play this game. And then I realized it had the whole mythos of Final Fantasy 13, and I'm just sitting there having these brief images of lightning and just like Lassie and Falsi, and I'm just like, no, not again.
Go away. Go away.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everybody. I will usually push through a game as much as I can. I mean, Type 0 wasn't that great of a game, but I finished it.
Right.
And
we all know what we bought. What you got Type 0 for?
Yeah.
Was that 15 demo?
How about the fact that you can still buy Type 0 and still get that 15 demo?
I
What
know.
a jip. They got us good.
Yeah,
they got
did.
us good. They did.
Got you.
But
Didn't get me.
Gotta buy it.
Gotta buy it. So I think we're on agreement that it takes a little more than 5 minutes to decide to play it.
But there's things that turns us off.
Yeah, there are plenty of turnoffs, but we pretend to be diehard gamers at least. This guy definitely is. Like, pretend to be diehard gamers, so we just stick to it, right? That's the way you should. You should at least give a game a good amount of time.
Gotta soldier on through the bags and make it better.
It might, and sometimes it doesn't.
And then that's when you can quit.
Yeah, that's when you can quit. But I think that's it for that topic, and we're gonna end because this has been a very emotional podcast today. We're gonna end on a more fun topic, and that's coming from Mr. Zack Dickerson over there. Zack, what is your topic?
With the new Guitar Hero coming out, as well as a new rock band that's in the works.
Yeah.
My topic is: do you think with these coming back, do you think rhythm games will start coming back?
I'm gonna be a negative Nancy again.
No.
Because they were never that big in the first place. You had Guitar Hero, you had Rock Band, and you had DDR, and those are the big three. After that, you didn't really have any massively, no big sellers. That I mean, they can't try to come out with spin-offs like DJ Hero and all that stuff.
Are you talking shit about DJ Hero?
But they never were really over the top big.
Yeah.
They were like those three. I mean, DDR was popular. Those three were popular, but you're going to get the same thing.
I must have some misremember, not. I remember the Guitar Hero 2 being huge.
Well, I mean, I'm saying.
I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
They're the big three. They're the Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Halo.
When you think rhythm games, the Guitar Hero, Rock Band,
those
are what come up.
Nothing else like compared to those, and I mean they were big after Guitar Hero 2 and Rock Band 2. They kind of started dying out after that.
I think rhythm games were good in spurts where they kind of go away for a while and then they come back.
Because I mean, I'm sure they'll come back for a while, but we'll get like Guitar Hero 2 on the PS4, and then everybody will kind of go downhill when they try to make the third.
That's just how Activision is. Activision, you're fine. Activision will say that, like, I mean, that's their model plan. They want yearly releases, and that's what they want, and that's what happened with Guitar Hero and Rock Band. We were getting Guitar Hero and Guitar Hero 2, and then Guitar Hero 3, and then Metallica.
Yeah,
and then Rock,
AC/DC.
the AC/DC one, and then what happened was Rock Band came out, and then Rock Band blew it out of the water.
See, I love Rock Band.
I do too, and I don't have a problem with those games. I just like I feel like they kind of lose their luster after about a month. I mean, they're fun to play if you get people to play with.
Oh yeah.
And then Rock Band started doing it where they did 1, 2, and 3 come out back to back to back. Did they do that?
I can't remember.
I know
I think they were close.
They were close. And then you had Rock Band Green Day, and then Rock Band
Aerosmith.
Rock Band The Beatles was awesome.
Didn't they have Aerosmith too?
There's Guitar Hero.
Okay.
Yeah, Guitar Hero Aerosmith. That's what I'm saying. That you just get so many of them.
They even had the Guitar Hero on that you could plug into your PSP or whatever
That,
with the little.
the Guitar Hero Unplugged on the PSP was fun.
I loved that game.
I did too.
Trevor could attest for that as well as John.
That was fun. That was a fun game. Zack got into Rock Band Unplugged.
I think that what they're doing with Guitar Hero right now, the whole first person perspective, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, like, it'd be fun, but I'm gonna play those games and I'm gonna be like, okay.
Yeah, well,
They're good.
I mean, it'll be
Something
it'll
to
be
pick up and
like,
play.
you know, I used to when I was
have 8 guitars.
This actually was the very room I begged and pleaded for the first Guitar Hero. And finally, I had the TV set where the camera is right now, and I'd stand up for like hours just like jamming on Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was to where I was just sitting on the bed like,
yeah. So
this is fun.
I've always been a rock band. I've never owned a Guitar Hero. I've always Rock Band was my first game that I got like that, and I always liked to play the drums. That was my favorite instrument. So, and nowadays I like to sing on the mic. I've never enjoyed.
How much did your dad love those drums?
That's exactly what I was about to say. See, when I first got Rock Band, I lived downstairs, and it wasn't as big of a deal. But I mean, it was still loud. But like when I got upstairs, and I would be banging on those drums, you know, he'd come up there and tell me to shut the hell up, you know. He regretted buying that game real quick. But I always liked Rock Band. I don't know if they're coming back. I always kind of liked having them just there, you know, because they are fun pick up and plays. And
I mean, I wouldn't mind having one.
Yeah, exactly.
Make them wireless.
And I'll get Rock Band 4 when it comes out. You know, I'm sure I will. I'll probably buy the big bundle with all the instruments. You know, but
how much was that first bundle? Was it $250?
Oh shoot, I don't think it was that much.
I thought it was expensive. Maybe
I can't remember if that.
I mean, the first Guitar Hero was over $100.
Yeah, I don't remember how much the first Rock Band was.
I'd spend on my birthday money.
I don't know if it was $200, the Rock Band, but I don't know about Guitar Hero.
Maybe 150.
So
yeah,
I mean,
150 sounds right.
So you don't think rhythm games are coming back? You didn't give your opinion. What do you think what do you think about the whole thing?
I would like for them to come back, but I honestly I can agree with John in a sense that I don't think there'll be too many after this. Like the whole Guitar Hero Live and the first perspective, that's really cool.
I
like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we'll get many of them. I feel like with rhythm games, you kind of have to look outside of the box for them. I mean,
the Xbox.
But like recently, I got in the mood for a rhythm game, and on Amazon they had Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2 on sale for about $21.
Those are some of my favorite kinds of rhythm games.
Yeah, I mean,
Justin doesn't know. It's like
because you don't have to have all the extra crap. It's right there, and those are fun. You're listening to music, you're getting pumped. You know, I like those. Like Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, like Rhythm Heaven. I feel like we should get that new Rhythm Heaven to the DS.
I hope so.
I hope it comes over.
Yeah, I do too.
But I got it and everything, and I used to play the old PSP version, which never came over to here. I had to get it through illegal means.
The same way we got this table.
Yeah,
through illegal means.
And then which I didn't get an English patch for because there was nothing really needed for it. I think one eventually came out for it, but basically all you did was you just hit buttons in a time and everything, and that's all it was. I mean, it scratched that rhythm itch.
Yeah.
So I feel like with rhythm games, like I don't know if they will come back.
I think you just described it perfectly. It's an itch,
Yes.
and you can scratch it in about a week's time.
Does rhythm games became big again after all Rock Band went away on mobile gaming for a while?
Yeah.
Like Tap Revolution or something like that.
Tap.
Hey.
Everybody playing Tap, and it took a week, and I deleted it off my phone.
Flappy Bird was a rhythm game.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like anything else. It's an itch that you can scratch in a week, and that is a really long itch.
It is a very long itch.
Zack's got the itch right now.
See, yeah, I love those games that are with just I could play. Like I loved Rhythm Heaven on my Game Boy Advance, which I had it through an emulator, but whatever, same difference. But yeah, I agree that they're probably not coming back. I really like how you described that too, Zach. Was an itch. I thought that was really good.
If they were like an every 2 year, 3 year thing, then
they would be special.
I mean, yeah, and the thing is, Rock Band just kind of after you could just download, I feel like every song in history on Rock Band, it was like, why would you even get Guitar Hero?
Yeah,
Exactly.
because they didn't even really come out with anything extra. You got extra. You got the first one had 32 songs, I think, something like that. I don't know. I just remember playing the same ones over for like months.
Yeah.
I was in love with that game.
But rhythm games, Southern Hospitality, Nintendo, and 5 minutes of your gaming life.
Yeah.
This has been a podcast on
everywhere.
all over the spectrum. I've really enjoyed it though.
Me
It's
too.
definitely worth the view, and we thank you guys for coming and watching this with us. Grow with us. We're just a bunch of 4 friends from the South, obviously, as I hope you can tell after this podcast, trying to create this awesome group called Sadistic Pixel. Come check out our website at sadisticpixel.com and our YouTube page at youtube.com/sadisticpixel. I'm Justin. This is John. That's Zach. This is Trevor, and this is us saying goodbye. Have a good day.
Bye.